Welcome into LAFC Weekly, presented by Carmax. Hi, I am Max Bretos. This is the show that gets you up close and personal to all things black and gold. When you think of Barcelona, you think of Gaudi and the architecture. You think of the incredible food you can get on Las Ramblas, the paella, the seafood. Top of the list, though, you're thinking of FC Barcelona, which is the starting point of the story of Ilie Sanchez, who eventually came to Major League Soccer, had an incredible career with Sporting Kansas City. At the end of 2021, they did not renew his contract. He signed a free agent contract in that offseason ahead of 2022 with LAFC, and the rest, as they say, is history. We go one-on-one with Ilie Sanchez.
That is a big-time save. Oh!
Can't save this one! It's Ilie at the near post in front of the LAFC supporters!
Ilie Sanchez, tell me about where you're from.
I'm from Barcelona, city and capital of Catalonia. I like to say that I'm from Barcelona. It's the city that pretty much everyone knows, more than if I talk even about Catalonia or Spain. So
that's very important to you, your Catalonian identity. What is it to be from that part of the world? A small place where you're very proud of where you're from and your history.
You say it very right. I'm proud of being from Catalonia. It's a part of the world, right? We feel no different than anyone else. We try to defend hard work, discipline, loyalty, work hard for you and for the community. Beautiful area, beautiful people. Yeah, we try to welcome everyone there, no matter where they come from.
Known for a lot of things, the architecture, food, music, but probably at the top of the list is football. Would you say, you think of FC Barcelona and then your affiliation with La Masia, it's how is that a big part? Explain to me how that's a big part of the fabric of people from there.
Definitely, football is a big theme or part of our society, our community. I think mainly because we don't separate football or sport from politics, from people's matters of every day, right? So we try to somehow fight for rights and better place for everyone throughout football. And because we have Barça, we try to create and work with this union to get also our ideas further because of it.
Playing football there, when did you realize you were pretty good? You had a shot, and then you could get affiliated with La Masia, which is, many people say, the best academy in the world. When did you know, I could do this?
My goal was never to become a professional football player. It was just something I really enjoyed doing and had so much fun growing up. At some point when I was 14, 15 years old, and my body grew and I became taller and a little bit stronger, someone started also noticing that I could probably join their academies, and one of the teams was FC Barcelona, Barça. And then is when I started thinking a little bit more about, okay, now it's not just something I like to do for fun, but also that something that I can get into more and more for the next few years.
When you were younger, is there something else you thought you wanted to do as a living? When you thought football was fun? And
yes, probably. Well, one of the things, my mom is a teacher, was a teacher, a very good one, and that's something I really admire. So becoming a teacher also was on my plans. Always trying to find a way to work, but adding something to the society, right? That was my thoughts.
When I talk to a lot of the younger players, and I go, so have you got some good advice? Usually, Ilie Sanchez showed me this, or Ilie told me this, and then when I come to training, I see you with the younger players spending a lot of time. That's very important to you. Why is it important to encourage these young players? What do you see in them that you feel it's important to sort of just be there for them?
Obviously, you do it for them because you see some things that you had growing up and when you were at that stage of your career, right? So you empathize with what they're going through and who they are. But also thinking about myself and selfish, better as they are, and the faster they can improve and become a useful player for this organization, the better for me and for LAFC, right? So they are the present and the future of this team. I promise I do nothing special. On my end, it's all credit to them that they're here fighting for their goals, their dreams. For me and for the rest of this organization, we need to help them out because they can really help this to keep growing in the right direction.
Coming up on LAFC Weekly, presented by Carmax, we go inside Cristian Olivera's journey to the black and gold. LAFC Weekly is presented by Carmax, official used car retailer of LAFC, by BMO, official bank of LAFC, and by Pacific Office Automation. We have your office game plan. Welcome back to LAFC Weekly, presented by Carmax. Few countries can duplicate what Uruguay has done in football. Population of 3.5 million, sandwiched between powerhouses Brazil and Argentina. They have won 2 World Cups in their past, recently made a World Cup semi in 2010, and LAFC naturally wanted to plug into that footballing culture, which they have several times in the past, and most recently with Cristian Olivera, who is a big part of the current Uruguayan national team. Called into the 2024 Copa America roster, starting World Cup qualifiers at the back end of 2023. He's here now, enjoying life in LA and absorbing the American culture. Cristian Olivera is this week's player profile, presented by Rockstar Energy Drink.
Hola, soy Cristian Olivera, jugador del LAFC, juego delantero. Y soy de Montevideo, Uruguay. Bueno, yo empecé el fútbol, lo empecé a los 4 años. Tenía esa esencia de que me gustaba el fútbol, de correr atrás de una pelota, de chiquito. Siempre me pasaba cumpleaños o algún regalo que me hacían, siempre me hacían regalo de pelota, de algún arquito chiquitito, y bueno, ahí empezó la esencia. Profesional empecé a los 16 años cuando debuté en primera de Rentista de Uruguay. Empecé en Rentista, después de Rentista me habían vendido a Almería, España. Después de Almería no tuve un buen paso ahí, regresé a Uruguay a Peñarol. Después de Peñarol pasé a Boston River de Uruguay también y después fue que me vendieron aquí a Los Ángeles. Yo creo que el más a gusto me sentí en 2 equipos, en Rentista y en Boston River. Fue que me dieron más apoyo, me dieron más ánimo de que yo tenía mucho potencial para vivir de lo que me gusta a mí, que es el fútbol. Esos 2 equipos fue donde me sentí más a gusto. Estoy muy a gusto aquí en Los Ángeles. También la ciudad muy bonita, me adapté bastante rápido. La MLS, cuando yo estaba allá en Uruguay, se hablaba muy poco. Después que empezaron a llegar grandes jugadores, yo creo que se siente un poco más, se habla de otra manera. Y bueno, yo lo que opté más bien por venir a la MLS fue por el equipo. Lo que más me llamó la atención aquí en Los Ángeles fue los parques de Disney, Universal. La verdad que eso fue lo que nos encantó a mí y a mi familia. Y si tuviera otra cosa que hacer, yo creo que el básquetbol me gusta mucho. Aunque no tengo mucha altura para el básquetbol, pero la verdad que me gusta muchísimo. Me gusta. No, yo me preparo, siempre le pido a Dios que me ayude en el partido, que me ayude en hacerlo bien, de que el equipo gane, de que el equipo se desarrolle de la mejor manera. Y un día antes del partido me gusta mucho la pasta con tuco. La pasta con tuco siempre la como. Y el desayuno favorito es huevo revuelto con tostada, café con leche, palta. Eso es lo favorito mío.
Coming up on LAFC Weekly, presented by Carmax, we go inside the anatomy of Mateusz Bogusz's goal versus Seattle. Welcome back to LAFC Weekly, presented by Carmax. Breaking news! Goals are the lifeblood of this sport. Sometimes they happen on a whim or out of nowhere, but generally, by and large, they are the product of a lot of hard work put in prior and during. Patience is a virtue in the sport of soccer, and it came into play in the first game of the season in 2024, a game-winning goal scored by Matty Bogusz. We had a chance to show Matty the goal and his teammates so they could break down exactly how it happened. It's this week's Anatomy of a Goal, presented by Freeway Insurance.
Yeah, I think Mati just scored a banger in this one.
Well, it's a great goal.
Alex rolled on, dangerous ball whipped in, easy for Lloris in the end, makes it all the way to him.
Pour moi, la relance de Hugo a été parfaite. Elle a mené une très belle contre-attaque et il me met la balle vu que je suis seul, je lui demande. Au final, j'y vois deux joueurs devant moi, donc j'essaye de dribbler par la gauche. Au final, je le vois et je fais la passe et puis.
As they get to the final third, look at the overlapping run that pulls Alex rolled on with that run with Campos, and now he can cut back to his right foot.
This movement created a lot of space. He took the defender with him and create more space for me.
It's exactly what I like to see from Omar. That's what we ask him to do more and more and more for our team. It's great that in his first official game with the team, he's already trying that run. Sometimes he will get the ball, sometimes he will drag a player with him and someone else can take advantage of that.
The more often I watch it, the nicer it gets. I mean, he just hit it insane, right into the top bin.
Mati est très bon en précision. On l'a vu, il met de très beaux buts et il sait où il veut la mettre.
Mati just did the magic. Turned out to be one of the nicest goals this season, probably.
I'm happy to score a goal. Doesn't matter if it's beautiful or no. Important is scoring, but in my case, are beautiful. So when I'm hitting like that, I think it's impossible to goalkeeper. Maybe Hugo can catch it.
Coming up on LAFC Weekly, presented by Carmax. Two of the nation's leading mango producers put business aside to share their love of LAFC. LAFC Weekly is presented by Carmax, official used car retailer of LAFC, by BMO, official bank of LAFC, and by Auto Collision Group, official auto collision center of LAFC. Welcome back to LAFC Weekly, presented by Carmax. This corridor that we live in Southern California, from LA up to Ventura County into Fresno and the Central Valley, produces the majority of produce that we get to consume, but not just us, the whole rest of the world. Nothing like a nice mango, right? Cut it open, the little squares, and eat it. Well, they are grown right here in our backyard. And two of the heavyweights in the mango industry are LAFC supporters, Chuy Loza and Sal Barba, who came together for mangoes, but also to support the black and gold. It's this week's faces of LAFC, the Mango Kings.
Hi, I'm Chuy Loza here from Santa Paula, California, and I am the owner of Fresco Produce International.
My name is Sal Barba. I'm one of the owners of Amazon Produce Network.
Well, I've been in the mango business since the early 1990s, but for the last 20 years, we have been going strong here at Fresco Produce, going from a very small company now to one of the largest mango distributors here in the U.S. Well, I grew up in a farm, citrus avocado farm here in Santa Paula. When I was a kid, growing up, summers, we were pretty poor, so whatever help we could provide to the family as far as being able to buy your own shoes back in the day, that meant a lot to our parents because it was a struggle for them to keep food and keep everybody clothed.
Started off as a stalker at Alpha Beta back in '92, and I was presented with an opportunity to go work in the produce terminal. The produce terminal is very similar to the flower market, if you want to call it that, or the flower district. I was fortunate enough to work from 1 a.m. to 1 p.m. for close to 19 years, 6 days a week.
I've been in the business a little bit longer than Sal, so I actually used to sell mangoes back in the day when he was working for one of his uncles in the wholesale market. And over time, he became one of my regulars. There's good competitors and there are bad competitors. And Chava, which is Sal, he's nothing but good competitors.
Chuy Loza. He's a very, very good friend of mine. Chuy's been a person that he's always been popular. He was a mango king because he came in a lot earlier than I did, and he started off doing mangoes in a big way.
If this was a kingdom, I think we would have to split it down the middle, and he's one of the better guys out there in the industry. I found out Sal was a LAFC fan because I had been given 2 tickets to attend a game, and I saw him down in the field, and that's when I got on my phone and said, Chava, what are you doing down there? And he goes, bro, these are my seats. So right there and then I knew I needed to become a season ticket holder also.
Coming to the stadium, meeting up with Chuy for a game at BMO is wonderful. Him and I are our competition, but we're friends first. And it's always been that way. We understand our positions in the industry, and just being here at the stadium and understanding that we have a passion for LAFC just makes us feel really, really good.
We run into each other after the game, before the game, and then we call each other on Monday, hey, what do you think about the game? We try and keep business out of our conversations because we want to maintain that friendship versus more of the competitor vibes. Well, first of all, there's another team, a local team here that I did go watch several times. The ambience is not even close to what it is here at LAFC. I've been to a lot of matches in Mexico and in other countries, and LAFC has something special. Their fans are something special. Their 3252 is something special.
I started hearing about this new soccer team that was going to be in Los Angeles. So I remember, I think I paid, I don't know if it was $100 or $500 to become that member back then. And I did it blindly because I had just become a big fan of the sport, and we needed something exciting here in Los Angeles. And we were even given the opportunity to sign some of the cement slabs here at the stadium early on. And she was a baby. She must have been 3 or 4 years old back then. And we all signed it as a family. And it was something that we'll never forget happening because we just feel that we're a part of history.
Well, I just hope that 20 years down the road, my son's telling his kids, hey, I used to go with my dad to LAFC and it was so much fun, and he'll just follow in my footsteps and and hopefully take his sons to LAFC when they're still around out 20 years from now. I am Chuy Loza.
I'm Sal Barba.
I am Los Angeles.
I am Los Angeles.
And Los Angeles is black and gold.
I am afraid that's all the time we have for this week, but make sure you get out and support LAFC. Until then, we meet again soon. This is Max Bretos saying, let's go, black and gold.